This is the lecture 2 in the series of learning about cloud computing, and this is about cloud services. So in the last lecture we seen that cloud has different services. So cloud computing has given a birth to a new era. Here the computing resources like storage, server, processing power are offloaded to a third-party provider known as cloud service provider. The computation happens in the resources of the third-party provider. You only communicate with the third-party provider using internet in a two-way information exchange for process. So this is something about cloud computing what I have written about. So again, visualizing, you can see that the cloud computing, all the computing resources happen at a remote location and you only access what you have deployed. Your applications can be accessed by many users by communicating with the cloud using internet. So cloud service providers usually sell their service in three categories. The three main types of service models are software as a service, again there is a platform as a service, and the third one is infrastructure as a service. So software as a service is usually providing a space where you can deploy your softwares like the applications in the Play Stores, etc. So we'll look into detail of what software as a service is all about. Something you can know is that on-demand softwares and can be seen as software as a service. Software and data is hosted on a cloud. For example, an application in a Play Store which is hosted in the cloud, and you can download that application and you can run that. So whenever you run it, the communication between the application and the cloud will be happen for the working or the fetching of the data. Example, backend data is required to run application or website or web application may be hosted in cloud. The user can download the GUI, graphical interface, or application and install it on the system or access the application data from website. When certain requests are made by user, all computation happens by software and hardware of host or cloud. So the computation happens in the cloud and the data is sent back to the user to the web application. So certain requests of certain applications that run on your mobile or the laptop or websites can be example of software as a cloud services. Some of the examples of software as a service include CRM, service desk management, and other common day-to-day examples include Google Apps, Salesforce, Workday, Citrix Meeting, and Cisco WebEx. So if you look at these services, you download an application from Google Play Store or any Play Store, and when you will run that application, all the background processes will happen in the cloud. That is an example of software as a service. So the runtime, data, middleware, operating system, virtual server, storage, and networking, everything is managed by the cloud provider. You create an application and you can deploy that as it is with minimum configuration changes to the cloud, and you can access those applications. Again, you run it and the communication happens and the processing happens in the cloud. That's an example of software as a service. The other model is a platform as a service. In this model, user or consumer creates a software. He can create a software using tools or libraries from the providers. So the provider has a certain software resources which is sold to the user, and he can create his own or he can tweak with those softwares to create something new and deploy that in the cloud. The main aim of the provider is to provide network services, storage, and other services. So what is the cost and complexity of buying and maintaining hardware and software and provisioning hosting application facilities reduced in this case? So the user don't have to worry about that. So some of the examples of platform as a service include the public platform as a service is delivered by a service provider for building applications. Examples include Salesforce, AWS Elastic Beanstalk, and Microsoft Azure and EngineYard. So these are some of the examples of platform as a service. Again, talking of platform as a service, the service provider usually have control over the storage, the OS provided, and the middleware like Java, .NET, etc. And you can deploy your software which you develop, or you can use the applications provided by the service provider in certain situations to create a new software. but you don't have much control over the storage or the OS installed or the configuration options available to you. So such kind of an arrangement is known as platform as a service, and usually most of such services are public cloud specific. Enterprise PAAS examples delivered by central IT within an organization. So the platform as a service can be public, where it is open to all, anybody can use it or buy into it, while the enterprise platform as a service is developed by the organization for the developers of their own company or industry. So it is to be used within the organization. So again, the cloud enabled application platform or CEP examples include the enterprise include Apprenda, VMware and EMC owned by Pivotal and Red Hat OpenShift. So these are some other examples of platform as a service. So next we will look into infrastructure as a service. So in this, the cloud service provider will lease everything out, including the OS or the virtual system, server, storage, etc. So you can install your own virtual systems, you can install your own servers, you can install your own middleware, etc., having more control over the software which you develop and install. Also, you can control the networking services like firewall. The applications, data, runtime, middleware, OS, everything is managed and controlled by the consumer. So in this case, you will have more control over what you deploy and how you deploy in this case. So this is essentially moving your server to cloud. So in such cases where you have deployed your server bare metal and now you want to move it to cloud, you see such a scenario, that can be example of infrastructure as a cloud. Common examples include Amazon Web Services, which has option for leasing out the infrastructure as a cloud. There is Cisco, Meta, Pod and MIC. So that's all. If you like this video, please do subscribe, like and comment.